This is a Hot Pie Media original.
I don't know if I'd say it's one of my favorite movies. I just thought it was hilarious, compelling, sad, entertaining, deeply disturbing. I don't know if you've watched the movie The Wolf of Wall Street. It might be, from start to finish, the most F-bombs of all time. I don't know. I'm sure somewhere there's a count. Leonardo DiCaprio is Jordan Belfort, and it's based on a book by Jordan Belfort, who ended up going to prison. And Leonardo DiCaprio is just fantastic. The movie is over the top. Now, the real life story, I don't know how many people have even watched it. I recommend it if you can tolerate it. It's not easy. It's a pretty difficult movie, but it's based on a book about himself. Now, he had real drug problems, and it turns out, some of the kids have come back years later and said, look, it's not quite as funny and quirky and cute as it was played in the movie. It was pretty disturbing. He had some real drug problems. Either way, the guy starts out dealing penny stocks. And, I thought DiCaprio was unbelievably good. He ends up becoming famous. Matthew McConaughey has one of the most entertaining cameos of, I think two of the most entertaining cameos in a movie would be McConaughey is a Wall Street guy who finally agrees to have lunch with Jordan Belfort, who's the Wolf of Wall Street. He's trying to make his way up. Of course, everyone's doing coke, which is probably true. That is one of the funniest cameos. It's a lunch conversation, and McConaughey plays this character who's just weird. That one is funny to me. And then Tom Cruise, when he plays in Tropic Thunder, he plays the agent. Those are some of the funniest cameos I can think of. So the movie is great. I think the movie is great. I knew that the guy had been trying to kind of come back, and he has infomercials going on. Yeah, I'm conflicted on this. I really want to get him on the show. I just think it'd be interesting, and all the stuff about him, it's just crazy. Well, what a country. He's not only back, sort of. This guy went to prison for lying to the feds for I don't even know how many different crimes committed in terms of white-collar crimes. The movie was really well done. But he's not only back giving advice on TikTok videos, he's giving financial and career advice on TikTok. Should he have that right? Yes. And I don't even know that his advice is all that bad in this particular case. It's just sit there and let it sink in. If you've watched the movie and you know the story, and everybody can just Google the story and read about him, that he has, the eyes are fixed up, the face is done again, he's spray tanning, and the dude is back selling like crazy.
Best advice for this person working a 9-to-5 job, making $60K a year, 25, quit this job. Get a better job. You gotta think bigger. You're never gonna get rich. You're never gonna get ahead in life and have financial security working for someone else on a salary and punching a clock. Those are old thoughts implanted in our heads from the traditional school system. Get a good job, work for 30 years, retire with your pension and Social Security. Nowadays, there'll be enough to pay for your diapers, barely, while you're in a nursing home. You'll die or retire with no money and have no independence. You'll be reliant on other people in the social system if it's still there. You have to develop a side hustle to start, at least get a second source of income, whether that be real estate, investing in stocks, crypto, something. Start getting a second source of income together and then slowly transition into that full time, because that, my friend, is a dead end way of living your life financially. You're not going to get ahead like this.
John McClellan is the co-founder and creator of ATX Hot Sauce in all 50 states, now in several retail outlets as well. So we're going to turn it over to the social media rock chef superstar, and we're going to walk through a few sauces and why you should buy. We've done Beat Heat, so we're second in line now for the tasting. Don't forget, everyone, go to atxhotsauce.com. So here we go.
All right, so this one is our smoked habanero 5-pepper. We smoke habaneros with ancho, pasilla.
Is that going to hurt?
This one? No,
Yeah.
This one's actually really, really good.
Okay.
This is like your traditional tapatilla, but without the vinegar in it, right? And because of that fermentation process that we've talked about all the time. This one is great on sandwiches, pizzas, things like that. Great on hot wings. I think you're going to really like this one too, especially the smoky flavor with the adobe chipotle and the smoked habaneros. We actually smoked the habaneros before we.
Does that go with the cab?
This would not go with the cab. This would go with the great Chenin Blanc, though.
I teed you up with that one.
Yeah, yeah.
That is good. That's good.
Isn't that good? It's just classic take. Well, it's a new take on a classic item. So it's called smoked habanero 5-pepper.
All right, don't forget
One of my favorites.
Don't forget atxhotsauce.com. I feel like I was watching the movie again. DiCaprio. I don't know how many different scenes there are where DiCaprio it is just so obnoxious. But I don't think in the 80s, I'm not sure it was that far removed from how life was on Wall Street in the 80s. DiCaprio sounded just like him. What he's doing is he's doing this thing on TikTok, and people ask him advice. And I don't know there's any disagreement about. The person said they have a $60,000 a year job, and they ask him about it. Of course, he sends them to stocks or whatever. But it's interesting to me. The guy did time, and now he's back, and I think arguably, I don't know, more popular than ever, right? Okay, so he did indictment on securities fraud and money laundering. He did 22 months in prison after pleading guilty. This particular video has 2 million views. Hell, anybody could have said that. Find a side hustle. Who doesn't say that? But it's just interesting. I'm looking at this guy thinking, because of his life, because of his experience, is this actually a good person to get advice from or a bad person to get advice from? The answer may be both of those things. I mean, the dude's been around. He's been through a lot. He's screwed over a lot of people. I mean, there is something to be said for when you've screwed up, you learn the right lessons. I mean, he's now giving advice. I doubt that he can practice. There's no way he can have a license to sell stocks now. I mean, I doubt that's the case. But say this for him, with a new face, new hair, new teeth, everything, he's used the modern social media platforms to do what he did years ago again. He's not raising money, but he is giving speeches. He is giving those lectures. He is doing that DiCaprio thing. I mean, some of the best scenes are DiCaprio firing up his investment firm and screaming at them and throwing parties for them on how to make money. Make more money, more money. The movie is nothing but nonstop cocaine and greed. It's it. It's it. And it's well done. But this guy's back. He's been back for a while. And now you get to, via TikTok, he gets to sit there with his new teeth and tell you what you should be doing. And I'm stuck. I'm wondering, gosh, is it a good thing that he gives advice or is it a bad thing that he's giving advice?
From the Hot Pie Media Studios in Austin, Texas, it's the Jeff Ward Show. Listen at jeffwardshow.com.